I don't even have time for a boyfriend right now. Like, the last thing on my mind is a man.
So I'm on a walk right now. Oh, hi Bernie. Bernie's on my back. So I was just walking near a business and somebody was driving in and they had their windows down, and as a good person I was just like, hello, I am here, thank you for waiting for me to cross the street. And then they yelled out, so pretty. And I'm like, you didn't need to say that. And of course they didn't hear me because I wasn't loud enough, because I was scared. So they said, what? And then I just didn't say anything, because you never know what somebody's going to do with that information. If I say, no, I don't want that, you don't need to be telling me that, they could get mad at me. They could take their anger out on me because they didn't like being rejected. And it's just such a scary thing for a woman to have to live in all the time, because I can't say no, and I can't tell somebody that I don't want to be called beautiful while I'm taking my cat for a walk.
Is it that you don't like to hear that you're beautiful? Or is it because you know you don't deserve it automatically? You may have an ugly spirit as displayed here, and I wish guys would get to know these broads before throwing out compliments.
You know why weak, fragile men are afraid of strong women? Because they should be.
I would love to see her definition of a strong woman when a burglar shows up with a baseball bat. How about those strong women in the army? Allow them to carry their wounded service members.
Hey guys, so today marks the first day of Women's History Month, and I want to share a story about one of my favorite bad bitches in history, and that's Jackie Mitchell, the 18-year-old girl who struck out Babe Ruth in the MLB. So keep in mind, Babe Ruth was 36 at the time. This happened in April of 1931. And this is how his at-bat went with Jackie Mitchell. So Jackie pitched the first ball, and it was a ball on the inside of the plate. The next two pitches were strikes. Babe Ruth swung and missed at both of them. And then the next pitch after that was a called strike by the umpire. Crybaby Ruth did not like that. So what he does is he asks the umpire to check the ball. I guess he was in disbelief that he got struck out by an 18-year-old woman. I don't know. And then he storms off in a whole temper tantrum, throws his bat on the ground, and then is just pouting in the dugout. What happened after that game, a couple days after, was the baseball commissioner declared that women were unfit to play baseball, that it was too strenuous for women. Anyway, Jackie did not stop. She said, fuck you, I'm gonna do what I want. And she joins a baseball team called House of David, who are known for their long beards and long hair.
So your idols are women who challenge men. You automatically gave yourself away as one of those who will be competing with her husband. I hope he grills you on the history of men that made your life as easy as it is today.
It's always so interesting to me how afraid men are of women who speak up. Now, he's actually telling me I'm not crazy, which usually most men do, because then they say that we're just getting emotional when actually we're just really passionate about a subject. And he is actually saying that very few men are attracted to someone like myself, which is someone who speaks up and is passionate about something and is not going to stand by and be quiet. I'm not going to make you more comfortable with my opinion on things. He's saying I have too much testosterone, I'm too masculine, I'm not feminine enough. And really what that means is he's afraid, because if I remain in this role, then he might have to change. I do not consider myself traditional or feminine in the sense of...
Trust me, you don't have to explain yourself. We know that the majority are not.
I am meek and mild and submissive. I am none of those things. And see, that doesn't benefit men at all, which is why they don't like this. Men benefit from women's femininity because historically femininity is linked to homemaking and child rearing and being led by the man, not having an opinion, not having her own money, not having her own career, not having her own devices, and being quiet and making men more comfortable. And when women don't do that, then they're abrasive, then they're too loud, then they're too crazy, they're too much, they're too masculine. And men no longer benefit. Men are scared because if women keep this up, they will no longer benefit. They would have to be held accountable and held to higher standards of the way that they would have to carry themselves. I am not here to make men more comfortable. I'm not here to be led by my husband. I'm not here to be submissive. I'm not here to be a homemaker. I enjoy working. I enjoy being driven and having a role outside of a mother and a woman. And if that bothers you, that means that you're no longer benefiting from me staying in a gender assigned role as feminine. Men benefit when women stay home. They benefit financially, they benefit emotionally. If you're afraid of my energy, whether you perceive that as masculine or not, is a you problem. Women are not going to make themselves smaller or more meek and mild to make you more comfortable. And it has nothing to do with hormones and everything to do with my beliefs and my standards of men, which includes my husband and my sons. So if you're uncomfortable, it's because you're no longer benefiting.
She's not there to be led by her husband, and she's not a fan of homemaking. Gentlemen, at this stage, what's the point? Can you imagine what that house smells like? Can you not see that the reason for so many wussified men today is a result of female-led households? They'll tell you that they want strong and confident men to look up to, but we all know that to be bullshit. So this says a lot about the type of man that she has as a husband. He's certainly not one of value. Show us a photo of him wearing an apron. I know you've got him. Further still, men will no longer be ashamed into accepting women crafted by a society that depends on them abandoning their children for jobs they can't stand, just to keep the labor options at a low cost. Because really, the driving force behind feminism is that the more people they can get to fill positions, the less they can pay. Supply and demand. It's really that simple. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed this video. Remember to keep a straight head, and as always, be well.